It is the mission of Safe and Sound to be able to unite residents, youth, law enforcement, and community resources to build safe and empowered neighborhoods. Our mission has connected us to share some amazing work with some amazing groups who are serving Milwaukee in unique ways, such as creating coalitions for reckless driving, for being role models and mentors, for being advocates, and creating safe spaces throughout the city. Our Safe and Sound Community Awards tonight, formerly known as the Crime and Prevention Awards, allows us the opportunity to highlight and honor those who are positively impacting our community and actively making Milwaukee the best place that it can be. Tonight is also a thank you reception. It gives us a dual opportunity to be able to especially thank our partners and stakeholders who have supported us for things like our annual A Night to Unite Gala. That helps to fund so many of our programs here at Safe and Sound. So on behalf of our team that's here, our board members, we want to say thank you for joining us this evening. Tonight we are going to recognize the outstanding efforts of Cheri Fuqua, International Cut, Salon, and Barbershop, Fabian, Garcia, Holmes to the stage to present our first award.
Good evening. Cheri is the executive director of the Middle Ground, which is a group of residents working together to make their neighborhood a safe and peaceful place to live. Their goal is to increase the quality of life to a standard that produces a safe place for children to play, a safe place for residents to walk, a safe place for residents to sit on their porch, and a safe place for youth to congregate without fearing violence. Cheri works to accomplish this by hosting monthly neighborhood meetings, participating in neighborhood cleanups, and neighborhood projects that provide food and school supplies to residents in need residing in the Metcalf and Sherman Parks neighborhoods. Cheri walked her neighborhood educating and informing her fellow neighbors about the Alert Neighbor program ran by the city, which brings together and provides them with the tools to make their neighborhood safe. Cheri convinced neighbors to work with her to become involved in a project that will increase neighborhood safety. Cheri successfully convinced over 40 of her neighbors to join the program. So with Cheri and her neighbors working together, they received over 40 Ring doorbell cameras and floodlights to combat crime in the Metcalf and Sherman Parks neighborhood. In addition, Cheri has also worked with her neighbors to come up with ideas of keeping their neighborhood safe by requesting LED street lights and speed bumps. Cheri and her group is outstanding because Metcalf and Sherman Park is a small area that connect neighbors across the street and down the street. Yet the city defines these communities as two different neighborhoods. However, the residents and the aldermen defines them as neighbors working together. So the Middle Ground works with residents to build safety for neighbors. So without further ado, please welcome Cheri Fuqua.
Thank you, Donta. Wow, that was a lot. Thank you all for coming out this evening, just honoring me in this time of this season. I want to just thank Elizabeth from Safe and Sound. Towards and stripes, she's been there in every move that we make. She is there in whatever capacity that we need, and I really appreciate her for being there. With a couple of other different departments, our auditor, he's been there for us too from the beginning. He saw the vision when no one else saw the vision. Our community is just, it's hurting, guys. This has been a really hard year for us. This past year has really been hard. On 38th Street alone, we've had at least, for the last 3 years, we've had 3 or more murders on my block. And it's so hard. And in the midst of it, I lost my son last year, right where I work, play, live, give to my community. I lost my son. And last week was a year. And we did a prayer vigil for him. And I mean, just crying out for the parents in my community. Because it's hard for a parent to bury their children. It's unnatural, guys. It should be the other way around. And I'm crying out for parents. And just the very next day, we had another murder on my block, y'all. We need some help in that community. My community is hurting. Why do we have to look out the door and watch drug sales all up and down our block? It's hard for my children, my family, they're like, Mom, leave. Why are you still here? You don't have to be here, but it's my heart, y'all. But if I don't have no help, what can we do? We need some help in that community. 38th Street, it just it's I don't know what to say, but I'm not gonna get real deep. We need some help. The middle ground, we're taking donations, you can hit me up, however. We need some help. We need some bodies. We need some bodies over there. Our children can't even come on the block and play, guys. We have orchards that we did. We have orchards, we have city parks, we have gardens, we have the Earn and Earn program that I work hard every summer to get youth employment. And we need some help. We can't do it alone. This award, this is great. But we need some help, y'all. The middle ground needs some help. Reach out however you can. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thank you to Donta and Ms. Cheri for her heartfelt message. The work continues, and so we are grateful for her service to her community. Next, I would like to call to the stage Officer Contreras.
Hello everyone, my name is Officer Contreras. I'm the Community Liaison Officer for District 2, and this year is my honor and pleasure to give the next award recognition to International Cuts to Lenny and his barbers. Lenny many years ago reached out to us and asked how he could help in the community, and one of the ways that he decided to help us was to donate his time and give out free haircuts to the kids in the community. One of the main events that he's helped us out throughout the years is our 3 Kings event, our open house, and our barbershop sessions where we gather at his location and talk to young teens about life, getting to know the officers better on a personal level. But his heart is really helping out the community the best way he can. He comes from Mexico, worked his way up to it where he's got his own business. So he got here and he's proud of what he's doing. And the only way he can do this is give back to the community what the community is giving to him, and that's the ability to offer a service to the South Side. And I am one of his clients, so this is his work. So if you guys need a haircut, come see Lenny. But it is an honor and pleasure to know him. He loves his community. He's always looking out. He's always calling the police. There's not much more I can say, but he really deserves this, and I'm glad I had the pleasure of presenting the award to him. So without further ado, Lenny from International Class.
Thanks. Well, this is a surprise for us. This would not have been possible without my co-workers' help. This is for them too. This is George Gilman, Jonathan, Omar, and Emily. Thank you so much. And then especially for my wife. She's been supporting me, got kids too. And thanks to my two kids, Chito and Cassius. They've been sweeping the hair for me and the units. This is their time sacrifice. This is their award. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Lenny, for creating a space for Milwaukee residents and all that you do over in District 2. It's much appreciated. For our next award, please welcome Malika Schmitz, the site director for the Lighthouse Youth Center.
Okay, hello. My name is Mikala Schmitz, and I am a site director from Lighthouse Youth Center. And Lighthouse Youth Center has been in Milwaukee for 16 years, and the location that I work at is located on West Oklahoma Avenue in District 6. Lighthouse is a free after-school and summer program for youth ages 10 to 18. The location I work at is the newest location, and I met the officers when I had just joined Lighthouse in 2019. I met these two community liaison officers at a community meeting. That was the start of seeing how incredibly involved these officers were in this neighborhood. District 6 is extremely blessed by these two officers, and they work tirelessly to be involved in this community. What I love most about these two is how much effort they put into the little things, and that's what makes waves within our neighborhood. After COVID hit and doors started to open again, these officers were out there involving themselves in any way possible to help out. Since we opened our doors in May of 2020, they have been at our site at least once a month. It has been so amazing to see the changes in the students' attitudes towards the officers. In the beginning, there was a level of uncertainty, but now the students are so excited when they see the officers come up to the doors. The officers have built amazing relationships and trust with our students at Lighthouse. You can see the pictures pop up right over there that show some of the fun that they have been involved with. They have always been there to help with special events, serve a meal for us, or host really fun bowling events. They have also helped our organization get to know local community members, schools, and businesses. At every community meeting, once and sometimes twice a month, they always listen to all the concerns brought to them. They visit Zablocki Elementary often and lead fun activities, building great relationships with the students there. They have worked so hard to mend the relationship between the police department and the community members. They genuinely want this community to succeed, and they will do everything in their power to support local businesses and groups. If you don't follow District 6 Facebook page, you should, because it is filled with even more awesome things that these officers do in the community. These two are truly outstanding and really deserve this award. Before I give them their awards, I want to close with a few words from a few Lighthouse students. One Lighthouse student says, "The CLO set up really fun events." That's all you get out of middle schoolers. Another stated, "They are fun and nice and helpful." Emphasis on the extra and. And then finally another said, "They're cool and helpful when needed. Also, they got me food." We are so grateful to have them in our community. And now, what you have patiently waited for, I would love to introduce the official winners of the Outstanding Community Liaison Officers Award to Fabian, Garcia, and Michael Bourne.
Well, thank you so much. It's such an honor and privilege to be standing here in front of you guys and accepting this award. Thank you, Mikala. First, I just want to thank the community
and all our community partners, because, and all the friendships that we built, because without you guys, honestly, this award right here wouldn't be possible. I also want to thank our District 6 command staff, from our captain, lieutenants, and sergeants, for allowing us to be in this position, to be out there in our community and consider ourselves in a positive way. So thank you so much for that. I also want to thank my partner, Michael Ward. He's just been amazing. He's such a caring person. I knew when we came into this position, we're just gonna click, and we did, and we just worked on with it. So thank you for being such an amazing person. I couldn't have asked for a better partner, seriously. And not just a partner, but a partner. So thank you. And also, I would like to thank my wife, and who's in attendance today, as well as my kids. They are the backbone of the family. They're my motivation that just keeps me going every day to doing what I do. So thank you. She's been through hard times when I was in the military, service and tours, and even when I decided to be a police officer. So thank you. I love you.
But again, I'd just like to thank everyone for being here today and joining and recognizing everyone that does outstanding work in the community. And we're just a few of those that are being recognized. A lot of people ask me all the time, what's the secret? I tell everyone it's about investing. It's about investing your time. It's about investing a piece of yourself. It's sometimes investing financially as well. And so we find that really important in that trust building when we go out to the community. We know we have to prove ourselves, and we're going to continue to do that. District 6 is a great community, so I'm going to ask Ms. Mikala to stand up one more time. All right, applaud her, because it's places like the Lighthouse that allow us to do what we do. So it was an honor to hear her share those kind words. But seriously, it's the community that we serve that allows us to do what we do. We are so thankful for that. I wish they all could be here and join in on the fun. We'll post it on our Facebook page. But thank you again. It's been an honor. Last time I got this award, I forgot to thank my wife as well. So I'm not going to forget about that. That was a long car ride home. But she is my rock, and it's a team. She allows me to invest a lot of myself, my time, and our finances into the community. I appreciate you for that. I love you for that. And thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Officer Ward and Officer Garcia. Next, I'd like to call to the stage Chief Edith Hudson of the Marquette Police Department.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to be here with you today to introduce one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. He's just awesome. His name is Tom Wickers, and he's a police officer with the Marquette University Police Department. And yes, Marquette University has a real police department. So Tom does so much for us. His title of crime prevention officer just really doesn't cover what he does. So I wrote a list of what I think he does. I'm sure he does more, and I'd like to share that with you. So Tom is our primary presenter and instructor for self-defense classes and active shooter training for our university and for the businesses surrounding us. Tom and another member of our team created another course to kind of help students to figure out behaviors that could be particularly troublesome in people that they see, so that they don't have to use what they learned in active shooter or in self-defense class. And he not only does that for us, but he does it for businesses surrounding our campus and really anybody who wants that training. He does training for new students, our new student orientation. He is our business liaison. He does surveys, SEPTED, my friends at District 6 know what SEPTED is, crime prevention through environmental design. He does those surveys for our businesses and for anyone that asks for those. He's our fire marshal. He does the fire drills in our university housing. He works with our landlords. He's the liaison with the rescue mission. He's part of our homeless intervention team. He works closely with Near West Side Partners, and he recently gave away about 100. Those of you who know what the club is, raise your hand. All right, oh, awesome. He gives away the anti-theft steering wheel devices. One of my colleagues went to a presentation for our students at Marquette, and he encouraged them. He said, you guys have to get the club, you know, put it on your cars. And they were asking him, what, you want us to get a club? So, you know, kind of tells us how old we are. So, whether Tom is working or off duty, he is just committed to our community. He gives so much of his time. There's some other events that he feels just really passionate about. So Cop on a Rooftop and Coffee for Champions, which raise money for Special Olympics. The Faith in Blue event, which is pretty new, but that's faith organizations, churches, and other organizations that come together with law enforcement and have events. Last year we played kickball. National Night Out events, we support District 3 in their National Night Out event, but we're happy to come to District 2 or 6, so just let us know. Shop with the Cop and Coffee with the Cop, we have monthly events that our team sponsors on campus. But the last thing I'd like to say about Tom is that he's always professional. His commitment to serving his community inspires me. He's consistently kind and compassionate and performs his duties no matter what it is in a way that makes those around him want to do and want to be better. So it is my absolute honor, and I couldn't think of anyone who's more worthy than Tom Wickers, Police Officer Tom Wickers, for this award, which is the Outstanding Professional Contribution Award.
Wow, thank you, Chief. I'm speechless. So, good thing I bring these things. Good job. Chief, I can't thank you enough for your kind words and just how grateful I am to be having you as our chief. It's very humbling to receive an award. Somebody had to do it. So, yeah, let's look at that. When my lieutenant said, just be confident you'll get there. It's working out. It's very humbling to receive an award for service to the community. When so many people in the community, through their hard work and support, create these opportunities for us to serve. Whether it's some of the things that Chief mentioned, Shop of Cop on a Rooftop, National Night Out, any of these other events, these only occur because of the hard work and dedication of so many other people. It boils down to is me being blessed with opportunities to serve. So thank you to Special Olympics, Faith in Blue, Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office. Thank you for your dedication and hard work. Thank you to the members of the Milwaukee Police Department, the Community Partnership Units, the Near West Side Partnership, Center for Peacekeeping, Safe and Sound, Milwaukee County Housing Services. I would love to recognize all of the people that are parts of these organizations. I'd love to recognize them in person, but I didn't hear online. I want everybody to know that you have my deepest gratitude. So, now in a very public way, I would like to do something that I often like to do, and that is to thank the people in my life that I've taken for granted. So, Chief Hudson, Assistant Chief Kranz, Lieutenant Anthony, Captain Peterson, thank you for your guidance and support. We're in very unprecedented and challenging times, and no matter how much you have on your plates, you're always very supportive of me and the other officers in our department. So thank you for your leadership. I'd love to say thank you to my mother. God rest her soul. Let me get through this. Thank you for your selfless service and dedication to our family. For your example of what it means to be a spouse, a mom, a Christian woman. Nothing I could ever say, and no amount of thanks will ever be enough for all you've done for me and my family. Thank you, Dad, for your constant love. I know I don't always make it easy. But thank you for your unwavering support, your guidance, both solicited and unsolicited. And for your example of being a spouse, a father, and a law enforcement officer. Thank you to my children for your sacrifice, your support, your understanding, especially when I miss things. I want to take a quick moment to brag about these kids. My wife and I go to their conferences, and they all do pretty well academically. In any areas they struggle, they put in the work and try to do better. So they're the type of kids that make any parent proud. And my heart really swells when everyone, all their teachers, they all report that my children are good people. And I continue to I couldn't be any more proud of all of you, and I love you guys. Finally, thank you, my wife, for your patience, your love, your support, your understanding, all of your sacrifices, and your example of service. I find it hard to find a better example of service and contribution to the community than a mother to their children. I can see Andrea telling stories of her greatness and bragging about her, but I'm going to keep those moments for you. So know that I love you and back, and I'm grateful for all that you do. So in my time in law enforcement, in the military, and a lot of us, we've taken oaths, we've recited creeds, we've adopted values, and they're all very important. But there's two in particular that I've learned in my life. One was on the refrigerator at Mom and Dad's house. As far back as I can remember, it sat on the refrigerator and it simply said, joy. Jesus, others, yourself. The second is, do right all the time. When I'm in phone conversation with my dad or when I'm in his house, often, and I love you is followed by Dad saying, do right. And the expected response is, do right all the time. So, thank you everybody. God bless. Do right all the time. And have a great evening.
Congratulations again, Thomas. I think that's a great message. Do right. Do right. I am a proud Marquette alum, so it's great to hear that great things are happening at Marquette. Our next award, the AAA Wisconsin Traffic Safety Award, will be presented by a close partner of Safe and Sound, and also last year's award recipient, Steve O'Connell.
Good evening to all of you. May I say this evening how good it is to share this space with all of us who are trying to make a difference in this community. The last couple of years have really been hard for all of us who have been serving in the community. I dare say, Safe and Sound, all the administrators, all those folks that we see out in the community, the organizers, those that work with us all the time, all of us that are involved in the community, all of those who are being presented awards tonight, as well as all the awardees. We thrive on human contact, and we thrive on rubbing elbows with each other. And this is a perfect evening for that this evening. I just appreciate seeing all of you. Last year when I was awarded the same award, Jomar and I were in this little studio downtown at the Police Administration Building. And here the two of us were with our two PR people trying to help us do this thing. And we were to accept an award in a tape broadcast, and it was weird. And Joe Mark had to go through the speech 3 times before he got it right. He was sitting right here. And it was so funny. But we recognize all that we did in Grassland Manor and all that we have done over the last 6 years trying to calm reckless driving in our area. And so I really accepted the award on the part of all of our neighbors. Tonight, we're recognizing the efforts of the Coalition for Safe Driving MKE. We've worked together to address reckless driving while promoting Vision Zero. We believe that this is a comprehensive, community-driven plan that will bring down the number of crashes and the fatalities in our community. Within 10 years, we want to see 0 fatalities in Milwaukee. The beauty of our coalition is that it's a whole group of leaders from youth serving agencies, MPS Drive, Driver's Ed program, Freighter Hospital is even at the table with us, to a number of us that are in community-based organizations, to the Bike Fed. And all of us are there every month talking about how we can improve our community through Vision Zero. The beauty of all of this, our acting mayor, Cavalier Johnson, has begun to promote this program. And the beauty is that he has brought and assigned a staff member from the multimodal transportation department to sit on his cabinet and to meet with us every month. And we're beginning to look at a plan as to how we can change reckless driving in our community. And the beauty of the coalition is that all of us working together with all of our backgrounds, we come together on a monthly basis and we talk about what can we do to improve our community and get rid of reckless driving. We've had enough. It's miserable. The one thing we learned last year, in July, in the month of July, guess how many fatalities we had in our city? 1 fatality. The year before we had 16. The gentleman that works with us in Madison, the geek that figures out all of our numbers, is the Bucks effect. You folks in your community were so excited about what the Bucks were doing. You weren't driving around like idiots. You weren't crashing into each other. When we're focused, we can get her done, as they said. And so that's a very important lesson that we all learned. As you came in this evening, we had little cards about Vision Zero. I asked all of you to take one of those. Ooh, thank you. I asked all of you to take one of those home this evening and look at that. And you'll see how the whole concept is to bring all of us together to solve this problem. Accepting our award this evening is Angela Marion, and she's the executive director of the Community Insurance Information Center. And she's been working very hard with us and reminding us not just about all the things that we're concerned about, but all the insurance implications of all of this. And so it's so great to have her accepting the award on our behalf this evening.
Wow, it is truly an honor for the coalition to accept this award, especially the AAA Traffic Safety Award. And if I may ask the other coalition members that are here, if you guys could please stand with me as we accept this award. coalition is comprised of so many different various community groups, organizations, leaders, philanthropists, as well as business owners, because we all have to come together for safer driving. We all share the road, be it young or old, mature individual. It's not just the youth, it's all of us that are responsible for driving safely on the street. But us as adults, we need to be a role model to be able to make this happen. And I know we get frustrated, and we do, sometimes, we go a little faster than we should. But we need to think, is this safe? Last year, we had just a numerous amount of campaign programs to be able to alert the community about safe driving. And as you see here, we had the youth, we had some of the official leaders that was involved that came out to be able to help to show our support in Vision Zero in order to be able to have safer streets. It is 4 categories, really 2 Vision Zero. And we did a lot of the educational prospect of area, if you would, last year. And this year we're going to even have more of the community involvement and educational opportunities, partnering with our law enforcement as well as community constituents to be able to help to have safer streets in the city of Milwaukee. And I ask you guys to please join the coalition in helping us to be able to educate the community to have safer streets in the city of Milwaukee. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steve and the coalition, for your work working against reckless driving in Milwaukee. Our last award of the evening will be presented by a Safe and Sound board member and also Chief of Staff of Milwaukee Police, Nick DeCiato.
So, what is an advocate? If you look it up, you'll see a definition like a person who publicly supports or recommends a particular cause or policy. But if you've ever worked for any of the number of community-based organizations, community-focused businesses, governmental agencies that are represented here today, you know an advocate is somebody who has their cause in their bloodstream. Someone who cares about who he or she does at a personal level. Someone who's committed to not just the short-term feel-good stories, but the long-term sustainable success. And when it comes to being a crime prevention advocate, it means somebody who realizes that crime prevention is more than a set of handcuffs or a jail sentence or a municipal citation, right? It's about improving our community at its core. It's about getting involved with our youth, about redirecting individuals who made poor decisions, often because their role models that they were afforded, they exhibited far too many poor choices. It's about real talk on real issues with real people. So I've had the pleasure to know Shannon Dorsey for 4 years now as an employee with the Milwaukee Police Department. She's an employee in our Public Information Office, a unit that I proudly oversee. And yes, she'll get mad at me if I don't clarify it's Shanna like banana. Do not call her Sheena. She can go look. But simply put, there are a few people that I've become more quickly and immensely impressed at their core level that I have with Shanna. She was promoted from a graphic designer to a media producer in short order without applying for it or even asking for it, because it was obvious she deserved a promotion. And it was obvious our community deserved a bigger stage for your Shanna. She immediately excelled, both in professional and private life as it relates to private crime prevention. So you'll see her designs and flyers that permeate our walls and our social media and our retirement posters, signs and photographs, and just about anything created in the Milwaukee Police Department. She's responsible. But also rarely a day goes by where Shannon doesn't showcase one of our amazing creative new projects that she's doing with kids, or art lessons she's giving to the community, or she's doing with underprivileged families or outreach she's doing with her unbelievably huge social media presence. And she shares these things not to brag, but because she cares about her community. It's in her bloodstream. Shannon is successful as a person, as an employee, and as an advocate for who she is and what she is. She's made our community safer by making our community better from the ground up. So I'm honored today to award my colleague, my friend, remember that, Shannon Dorsey with the 2022 Crime Prevention Advocate.
Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm kind of shy a little bit, but I did write a little speech that I wanted to say. Thank you. Okay. I am extremely honored to be receiving the Crime Prevention Advocate Award and grateful for the recognition of this award. I know every other nominee for this award is just as deserving of winning it. I have faced several challenges on my way here, but each one of them has only strengthened me, making me the person I am today. A thorough professional who knows exactly what she wants. Someone who sets her goals and never loses sight of it until it's achieved. Being nominated for this award would not have been possible without the inspiration of the community and the kids that I work with. I am always doing something with the kids. I would rather give them something to do than to have them bored and possibly lead into some kind of trouble. I create jobs for them helping me, and I pay them to. I teach them about budgeting, saving, and balancing the checkbook. Saving is very important, especially if you want to do cool things and hang out with me. You gotta have your money saved up. I love tutoring, mentoring, and being a great role model to the kids. I work with kids ages 5 and up. I used to rent the rooms at the library when they were available, but now, since they aren't available because of COVID, I go to the kids' home, or they come to mine, or we do Zoom. I never charge for my services. My motto is, if you can help someone, help them. You get blessed when you help others. I also help adults who need help with their homework, getting their GED. Even grown-ups need help with the basics also. I make blessing bags for the homeless, and I give it to them when I see them as I drive around. In these bags are hygiene products, socks, gloves, bottled water, bandages, wet wipes, and for the women, feminine products. I also want to shout out my Facebook page called 414 Milwaukee Milltown. I created this page to bring people together, black, white, old, young, red, purple, whatever, everybody. I post historic facts about Milwaukee, and we even play fun virtual games. Most people feel happier when they relive their younger years or see some photos that remind them of when they were kids. I love to put smiles on faces and get people talking and laughing with each other. I have a lot of older people on my page who also talk about the older photos that I post, and we all learn from each other. A lot of my posts go viral, reaching up to 8 million at times just on one post. I reach over millions a month. Last month was 20 million. My page is a safe zone where everyone is free to have fun and they just enjoy it so much. And I also have an Easter egg hunt coming up April 16th at Havenwood Forest, which I already have about 36 kids coming. I'll be providing food, there'll be a forest ranger to give a tour, and we will also hang out with the animals at the nature center. This is my second year doing this, and it gets better and better each year. And I have a 2-day art camp coming up with the kids. And by the way, I'm a media producer, graphic designer, and photographer for the Milwaukee Police Department. Like Nick said, he already named all the things I do. So I ain't gonna repeat that again. All right. And another thing, because I don't want to be up here too long, I'm also working on my nonprofit because the times it can get hard doing it all by myself and out of pocket. But I really want to have an outlet for these kids and give them something to do. There's never enough for them to do, so I create cool things to do when I can. And I also do memorial portraits for families who have lost loved ones due to violence at no cost, and I present them directly to the families. And every year I help out with the police department. We do a toy drive for the families in need. On a closing note, I want to tell each and every one of you here today that you should never, never give up. Even if you are convinced that it's over, it's not over until you want it to be over. And I am a true example of this. And hopefully I inspire all of you to find ways to pay it forward. Thank you very much.
Congratulations again to Shannon. Let's give it up for all of our awards. Hopefully something was said here that inspires you or encouraged you to be thoughtful about what work that you are able to contribute. I also want to take this opportunity to have a special thank you to the Safe and Sound staff. So if you are here, please stand. Grateful for our relationships and our partnerships that make this evening possible. Thank you to our sponsors who supported our Night to Unite event, helping us to continue our beloved work. Thank you to AAA Wisconsin for your commitment to keeping Milwaukee roads safe. Again, a big thank you to all of our winners tonight. We thank you for the work that you do all over the city. And lastly, thank you to everyone that's in attendance tonight. So many of our board members are here. We thank you for being present as well. Our families, the wives, partners, and coalition members, we really acknowledge you for helping to celebrate such a special night. Again, thank you all for coming. Have a good evening.